Hey everyone, it's Arnold Rotana for the New Worker TV on a new episode on trust. And for you, we'll just kick off with our point of view on that topic that is really accurate these days as we can work with a whole ecosystem. It's about this expression, walking the talk. For instance, because when you advance that you will do something, it's about doing it in a fast and responsive way, following up for, setting up a meeting or sending a document to a contact or a partner, for instance. So I will just start with that. But how about your experience and your strong point of view, Arnold, on that?
Yeah, thank you. But I think trust is the basis of any relationship, whether it's a personal relationship, even with your girlfriend or your husband or your children. But it's also with friends. But the same is with business. The same is with government. Is that to form a relationship? Well, you only have a relationship when there's trust. If there's no trust, there's no relationship. So trust is really, really key, and becoming more key if we are distant or not connected, or we only see a picture and a name and we don't meet in person, we don't know about that thing. So then building trust through other factors, some of which you just shared, becomes more and more critical, because how do I know who you are and that you do what you share and whatever. So at the same time, what's happening in the world is what you see is that trust of the public in the government is very, very low. If you look at trust in corporations, it's an all-time low.
Yeah,
everywhere an all-time low. Why? Because they're companies who are not honest. They're companies who don't share everything they know with you. They tell you A and you later find out it's B. So that means people start to distrust corporations, like all these scandals and everything, that they don't help. So trust is really, really one of the most valuable currencies in our world today. And we really need to pay a lot of attention to start building up that trust. And well, it's just small steps. Small steps is like, really getting to know you, do what you say what you do, be open, be sharing, follow up in the right deadline, be on time if you get meetings. So now, I think it's an epidemic across the world, is that people for a meeting, they show up mostly too late. Well, that doesn't build trust. If people follow up and you say, I will send you the document by next Thursday, and a week later you still got nothing, that doesn't build up trust. So it's all of those, it's all your behavior which add up something to an image or what you have, or what is trust, and how can I trust that person or that organization. So it's really, really, really very crucial that we have to understand it. And again, it's the personal and the business things are blurring, because if I'm supposed to trust you in a business situation, but I'm only seeing you pictures where you're drunk on Facebook, then it impacts my trust. So we have to be really, really careful, because people with one click, you lose a customer. With one click, people say, I don't want to work with you. So we have to be very conscious about how to build that trust, how to sustain that trust, how to maintain that trust.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and me, for instance, never met in person, but we met online through Twitter, and we work together until now. But we build this trust, we nurture this trust through our action, through, accountability and credibility, and of course sharing personal stories and struggles related to business or not. But that's how we keep building this trust. We don't need just to meet in person, because sometimes people can think that, well, you need to first meet in person, and then you can move to work online or even in person again. But well, it's not about the tool or the platform. It's really about those behavior, those mindset that you just shared. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it's even absolutely true, but it's even like most people buy on e-commerce platforms. Yeah, so people from all over the world, for instance, buy on Alibaba or they buy on Amazon, but you never been to that shop. You never been there. It's just a screen, yeah, and you click on something and you send in your money, and then they hope you will send it to you, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Or like Zalando in Europe or whatever. So, but that is trust, because because it's and you have to very, very carefully nurture that.
Yeah, because at each step, while talking about the business jargon of the customer journey, there are proofs or they help you to build that trust. That's it. Well, so it's the same when you're collaborating or co-creating with partners in our ecosystem. It's about having these small steps that are confirmed or validated by mutually, I would say, by actions.
Absolutely. So I really would like to encourage our viewers or listeners to really be very conscious how you continuously can build trust, and at the same time how you can sustain it.
That is the last the last word of that episode. Stay tuned for another one on Friday. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.